Welcome to FuzzJockRadio.
Thought we learned a lot tonight, so I mean, in terms of the day, there were probably a lot more things that I liked than I didn't. Sure, I like the ball to go in the hole, and I think these guys would like to see the ball go in the hole, but most of what we did defensively, we were largely happy.
Yes, we are here. We are back.
A lot of people out there.
Yeah. We are in action. We're looking around and communicating like we do because we are FuzzJockRadio. I'm one of your Hests. My name is Fuzzy.
Oh, hi, Fuzzy.
We have a Hest. From Mankato, Minnesota.
It's me.
And their name is?
Other people come from there too.
What's your name?
Sometimes. Hey, I'm JMez.
And
Hello.
we have a Hest all the way out in California, and their name is?
Oh, hey, this is Hest Mac N Turf, also from southern Minnesota, but by way of California.
Wait, no, he meant me.
I'm sorry.
I'm Sea.Dubbz.
Wait a minute. What's going on here?
Nice. There's two.
It's two Hests and one video screen.
Yeah,
I don't
great.
know what. Wait a minute. There's two Hests and one video screen on my side too.
That doesn't make sense. We only
Four
have
hosts,
three.
two screens.
That
We only
means
have
it's fair.
four Hests, two screens. That's a new porn.
That's the name of the episode.
Do you guys have that website trademarked yet? Can we get that?
This I think I like that. I like it.
GoDaddy.com. Here I come.
No joking around here. We do have four Hests instead of two, which means that the show is going to go a lot faster. You guys get that? It's an inside joke.
Because we all use our powers to get part of the way.
Because like we're horses. Oh, maybe
You remember that?
Because
flashback. See,
so-
two episodes ago.
Hests of the apocalypse.
Hest means horse.
Oh.
Yeah.
And other
It's
things.
so
that are
obvious
awesome.
now that you pointed out.
Yeah.
What language is that in?
American.
All of them.
No.
Oh, freedom language. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got my freedom-sized soda here. I've got my...
Why don't we have an American language?
Freedom pants.
Is that a bad question to ask?
Yeah.
yeah, that's racist.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
I would say emoji, maybe.
Listen, if you've ever listened to someone swearing at like an attendant at a McDonald's, I think you're hearing like the purest form of the American language.
Oh, the American language?
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're just
absolutely.
like
Okay.
berating someone.
Or to bring it back to sports, maybe a father yelling at a coach at a local, minor league or
Little League
baseball game.
100%.
You ever do that?
I haven't. Have you?
Ah, not yet.
Or somebody yelling at the umpire.
Oh man, I do that.
Yeah, or even the umpire,
Because,
yes.
umpires they like to get yelled at is what they
That's why they take
show.
the job.
Yeah, I mean, it's why they call the bad calls.
Yeah.
They try to fuck.
For attention.
Yeah, it's a need they're not fulfilling in their personal life.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming when I saw that ball that was called a strike earlier today in that Twins game.
I didn't see it.
Now, guys, I have to say, I do have a very good friend out here who is a professional dominatrix.
Is that
like
a wrestler? Is that like a...
No, she is not. She's a just professional dominatrix in the Bay Area.
Is that a type of wrestling?
I have talked numbers with her, and I gotta say, I think she makes more money than those umpires. So I'm gonna say that like maybe those guys need to consider another career.
Yeah.
I bet being a
That's a good call.
dominatrix is better than being or at least safer than being a luchador,
Probably safer than being a loser.
Oh, definitely.
right?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
More
100%.
profitable and safer, yes.
I mean, well, don't all wrestlers don't they all get paid the same for different events that they do? Like I would think that most wrestlers would, if they're in the same match together, they at least would get paid the same. Like Omega would get paid the same as Hangman, as Ray Phoenix. Who is the best dominatrix
It's Benny.
wrestling today?
No.
Dominatrix?
Yeah, isn't there? Aren't they a type of wrestler like a luchador?
No,
Or a strong
dominatrix
style?
is someone who dominates you in a sexual way and
Oh.
in the bedroom.
Oh, wait a minute. We're not we're not a sex podcast, Sea.Dubbz. I know that you've talked to us about wanting to change it to a sex podcast, but I'm not sure what our audience range is here.
Can this be the inaugural run of the Fuzz Jock Sex Podcast?
Oh, man.
If you'd like this to be a sex podcast, please email us at fuzzjockradio@gmail.com and JMez will check the emails.
I'm fairly certain.
Fuzzjock.xxx.
I'm pulling my collar of my
Hey, wait a minute.
of my shirt.
I would say we're probably all unqualified for that sort of thing.
We better rewind.
Yeah, I think we might want to rewind here. Yikes.
Why?
Where is this? Where is that?
Why you do that?
I'm getting uncomfortable. Okay, we are FuzzJockRadio. We are a sports podcast. And we come to you from all over the nation.
Of domination.
Extreme sports, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I love
we like to start the podcast off by talking about how our week was.
I just like to say I'm really proud that we just started this and got it started because, like, sometimes it's just like you just start and it's like, oh man, how you do that?
Because in FuzzJockRadio itself, the podcast itself, like we started about eight seasons ago already.
Yeah, or even just like tonight, like we got the right buttons turned on and we are talking.
Yeah,
That's great.
it is great.
We've made it.
We got an amazing Hest tonight. Their name is Sea.Dubbz, all the way out in California, and they brought with them a singer-songwriter, movie producing, TV show extraordinaire, composer extraordinaire, Mac N Turf.
Hi.
You know, and you can spell that like, or you can say it like Mac, like as in the Apple Mac, and then in
Turn to the Mac.
in like Mac.
Yeah,
I'm explaining this.
You're
Sea.Dubbz.
presuming a lot about my pronunciation abilities right now. I
how
think.
do you pronounce like an Apple Mac computer?
As best as I can, man.
How do you
Some
pronounce
days it don't work.
True. So we got a lot to get to. Oh, how was your week, JMez? How was
So
Zelda?
awesome. Oh man, I played a bunch of Zelda.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, but man, I sometimes just kind of get lost in making contraptions and vehicles, and I feel like I'm playing with Legos, like in this virtual world.
That's pretty cool.
It's funny, but you know, week's going good. Closing in on the end of school year, and that's kind of nice too.
Oh yeah, about a week left or so.
Yeah, this is what it's got like 6 days. I don't know, not very many.
Sea.Dubbz.
A number of days.
Yeah,
Summer.
it is Monday.
Summer is truly upon us. Well, you ever do that?
Sea.Dubbz.
So,
My week. It was pretty good. I got really active in being the union steward for my job. I started like really fucking working at that because
Nice.
I don't know. I feel like we need to get ready for the union negotiations next year. So I've been like reading the contract over and communicating with all the workers and looking around.
And communicating. That's our slogan.
That's
Mac
good.
N Turf. That's our slogan. I don't know if you know that.
Looking around?
And communicating.
And communicating.
Looking around and communicating?
well, it's
the key to sports.
communicating and looking around.
Communicating and looking around.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, it's in
that sounds to
alphabetical
me
order.
like that's also going to be like the name of your guys' '90s rap album. Communicating and looking around. Like I think that's.
Yeah. JMez is nodding his head yes.
Has got to be our second album after we do our debut album of Time Machine Back to the 90s.
Well, that sounds pretty awesome there, Sea.Dubbz. It sounds like you're doing things that people need to be done. Mac N Turf, how have you been since the last time we talked to you? I think we had you on one of the seasons that was even, maybe. It was like a number 2 or maybe a number 4 or the 6th
it was
season,
4.
maybe? Maybe it was
That
like
was-
12.
We haven't had 12 seasons.
It was a
yet.
while ago, but I actually had some of my film and television clients, and I'm not. This is completely true. Some of my film and television clients listened to that podcast episode and told me how much they liked it.
Oh,
So
well,
I can tell you guys that the producers of Top Chef have in fact tuned into FuzzJockRadio before.
Damn straight.
And their review was, "Oh, it's comedy."
oh yeah. Is it?
No, this is.
I don't
this is
know.
serious
That's what they
sports
said,
stuff.
Oh.
This is very serious sports talk.
Maybe I need to change my tune then, so I can go along with what they think that this is, because I was thinking that this was serious.
Right? Well,
but
like I said, I was. They checked it out and they all enjoyed it, and I was
fun.
quite surprised.
Yeah.
okay, well that's
I mean, give us some credit. You don't have to be too surprised.
I'm not surprised.
I mean,
I will say we should probably have less Olympians on and more comedians. So that's maybe a key for the future.
That's interesting. That's an
Fuzzy,
interesting
how was your
concept.
week?
My week?
Hey.
Did we? Okay, yeah.
Hey, what are you doing?
What? Me?
Yeah, you ever do that? Have a week?
I had a week.
Nice.
Yeah, I did. I was actually able to go to a different state
Oh yeah.
and city, not just a different state, but a city as well. Kansas.
Explain how.
You're traveling.
Yeah. Oh, well, it was a city that's two cities, but one at the same time.
Oh, I've heard of this mystical place
It's
before.
called KCTC and KTCC Mo. Something
love
like that. KTCC me and KTCC Mo. That's how they pronounce things over there. It's really weird.
It's Italian.
It's in two different states. Not the same state.
No,
But two different states.
It's like solid state and liquid state.
It's superposition.
Plasma state.
Plasma state.
Yeah, plasma is a cool
gaseous
state.
Exactly.
Well, plasma's not really that cool. It's hot.
It's more like superposition, guys.
Plasma's hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah, plasma is that's like the state above. It's like between gas and liquid, but
It's like the sun.
yeah. It's
It's
like
like
a gas
plasma.
that behaves like a liquid.
It's like the president then of the states
Of the states.
of
So
matter.
yeah, that's
I
what
would
I
agree
did.
with that.
I
They're
was,
very united.
I was in two places at once, and one place in two different states.
You did it.
Yeah, I was conducting science, I think is what it was. And
Yeah,
this
that
is not a
sounds
science podcast.
amazing.
This is a sports podcast, and
We love science.
I think
though.
we should get going. Do you guys want to,
Let's go to
or
roulette.
should we keep
Shout out to
talking
science.
about other stuff? I saw a lot of flowers. It was really nice.
Nice, dude. Science, nature.
This season, we are not going in order of operandi. We are gonna. We've been,
We do whatever we want.
and we got.
We're
Oh,
renegades.
Excuse me, I just
We're
burped right
mavericks.
in the microphone.
That's going to be a sounder in the
Yeah,
next season.
Wildcat.
That was the first time. No, I think that was the first time ever burping into the microphone on this podcast. Okay, well, here we
Nailed
go.
it.
We got a roulette sound from the blind refs, so make sure to cover your ears. And we're going to figure out what sport topic we're going to talk about first. And that sport is NFL.
Oh God.
Are
I
we
love
ready
that
for some
sound.
football?
Oh yeah, I gotta have that ready, don't I? Oh man, oh jeez.
Making you work.
Oh, that
Not
was
really.
that was an echo there. NFL football is coming up soon, right? We're not in
No,
the
not
season. We're not in
yet.
the seasons yet. We're not in the seasons of the footballs.
No.
We're because is XFL going on still, or USFL still
No,
going on?
USFL is.
Oh, okay. The
We're
XFL,
still-
we figured out that they get Jesse. Did you know? Okay, here we go. We're into sports. We're into the topics. We're going. Jesse, did you know that the XFL when they win their championship, we're not exactly sure what the name is, or did we figure that out?
No.
Okay, we don't know what the championship name is,
We'll call it Jeff.
and we're not sure what the trophy is. But we're figuring out that it's a blinging wrist watch with diamond encrusted footballs. Is that right?
Yes, I think we should do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think that I think it should just be like a statue of Vince McMahon. Didn't he?
He was the person who came up with the XFL.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. So I think that it should just be like a little statuette of Vince McMahon, perhaps in some sort of like
Wearing
Could
a diaper?
You do like a painting of him in the Sistine Chapel.
Oh boy, would it be called?
But his head's replaced with The Rock because now The Rock owns it and Vince has nothing to do with it. So it's his body, but The Rock's head.
Shouldn't it be the other way around? Shouldn't it be
No.
Vince's face
No.
on The Rock's body?
Nope.
I feel like that would be just more visually pleasing.
No, it has to be not
Gross.
visually pleasing.
I do not want to be visually pleased at all by this.
And would it be called the Vince Rock? The Vince Rock.
I
don't
hate
even
so
know.
much about
I don't
that.
know. I don't like it at all.
Well, you do call diamonds rocks, so I mean, anyway.
I still like the idea of a wristwatch with blinging footballs encrusted diamonds.
And they should be large, like actual, like the shape of a football, like a
Yeah.
round.
The diamond is in fact
exactly.
so large.
Yeah.
So what? How many billion carats would that be per wristwatch? Now, I guess my next question would be: would this be a wristwatch for every player on the team, or one wristwatch?
One wristwatch that's in a
Share.
case.
Like,
And they carry it around like the Stanley Cup.
yeah, I was gonna say. And then the next question is does the wristwatch is it a different design every year? Do you get to keep your
Same one.
Okay, so there's only one individual, and then is it in one of these acrylic cases?
Yes.
Or is it
it's a box?
Because you don't want it to break
it's a-
if they
it's-
shatter.
it's
Yeah, exactly. All right, so then what can we get somebody from the research team here to look up how
We definitely have that.
many carats that size, how big of a diamond would be wristwatch size? I'm curious as to what the street value of one of these would be. I am sure it is profound.
We're here to ask the tough questions, and these are them.
Exactly. Could we send this over to FuzzJock Science Department,
Yeah.
the science podcast?
They're the ones that talk about the states. So
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if we could send that, so not over to FuzzJock Sex Podcast Department, but 2 doors down from there to FuzzJock, to FuzzJock's Science Division, but not past the solarium or the ballroom, which I think that's where you get into all of the FuzzJock technical podcasts.
Yep.
Well, we got a tube system.
Yep.
You just trust the tubes.
Like
Trust the
the
tubes.
old school ones when you used to go to the bank.
Yeah, this
and
shit
you could
pneumatic.
That's what this is over here, right? I just take this canister, fill it with the information that we need, and then throw it into the slot over here, and it just takes it to the right spot. Yep, that's the sound.
Man, that's when you know you've succeeded, is when you've got one of those vacuum
got the
tubes
tubes.
to send messages around.
I'm not sure what you thought that was, but that's
Other
what
stuff go
the
down the
tube
tubes.
system-
We got
I just
stuff
didn't
going up the
realize that it
tubes.
was this successful.
Oh yeah,
I'm
7
like-
seasons. I mean, come on.
I knew that there was a lot of employees. I just didn't realize that you guys were at bank level vacuum messaging.
Totes.
Yeah, I mean we got stickers even. Look,
Hey, you ever seen those?
see. Keep your eyes out, FuzzJockers, for stickers. Do not put them on public places.
Uh-oh.
Flex Thursday games. The NFL is going to start introducing these things called Flex Thursday, and I am not sure what that means.
I am not on board.
What
What is it?
Yeah. What is
Is
this? JMez
I was
doesn't
going
know.
to say,
but
is
it's
this
not on board.
in California, we have flex power or a flex usage.
Yeah.
So that's where if there's a flex alert, that means you can't use electricity for X number of hours because they're trying to not take down the power grid.
I thought
So
this.
I wonder if that means that you just have to play football without any electricity for a certain amount of time.
I thought it was when The Rock in Vince McMahon's body decided to try to flex the way The Rock usually
No,
flexes,
take it
but
back.
ends up breaking up.
Take
Take it back. So it's
Honestly,
this is actually
it
a
sounds like a
despicable
punch
thing,
card.
and I'll explain why.
Oh.
Oh,
The NFL
okay.
has announced it will flex, as in move games, switch games out based off of what's more profitable for them, television wise. So say a game is set right now. Let's say it's the Jets versus the Packers in December for Thursday night, and say both teams suck by that time. They're gonna flex that game to Sunday, and put in a game that's on Sunday on that Thursday that they think is more profitable for television.
Hold on.
But they're forgetting about the fan aspect who go to the game.
Hold on here. I mean, you're just already bringing up the problems that are going to happen with one aspect without even conferring with us what the other aspects of problems might be happening.
Yeah. How dare
Let's
you?
confirm more.
And
But
then,
anyway,
at the same time, the way that they used to do it is that they would put out a schedule and they would adhere to it.
And everyone loses their shit and talks about the fucking schedule for a week.
Yeah, when there's not even football happening.
I'm not recovering
Right.
from that yet.
fucking schedule week.
And so now you're saying that they're not going to even adhere to the fucking schedule that they put out and talked about for a whole week?
Yes.
That's why I even have
They
it.
are going to completely go against their own fucking shit they spent 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however many weeks ranting about.
Why even have a schedule then?
Send it to the science department. I need to know.
No, I think
Who did it?
I think I have the Fuzz question of the week.
Oh, do you?
Let's see if I can.
You
find
don't
it.
say.
I think I found the Fuzz
We
question of
all
the week.
know what that sound means, or what this jingle is. It's time for the
Fuzz question of the week.
Now, the Fuzz question of the week is when I ask the Hests a question, and then they answer the question with an answer. I don't know if I said that correctly.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Lay it
not,
on
that,
me.
not
What's
the,
the
okay,
question?
the question is, okay, the Fuzz question of the week is when I ask a question to the Hests and they answer the question with one answer and we do not discuss why they think that their answer is correct. We just move on.
Yes.
And the Fuzz question of the week this week is,
Tell me.
if the NFL is going to introduce Flex Thursdays, do they even need a schedule anymore? JMez.
So, I don't know. I just know you fucking follow the rules and you fucking don't even need anything now.
Sea.Dubbz
No.
and Mac N Turf.
No.
Okay, and that was our...
Fuzz question of the week.
So that's what I'm saying. You know, like one of the
Schedule's out.
aspects of a schedule, one aspect of a schedule is that the teams know when they're going to play and can prepare for that schedule that they're going to be going towards, right? So like as in if they know that they're going to have a bye week in week 3, they're going to practice specifically up into that bye week a specific way. And then after that bye week, same. And then the same thing goes with like Thursday games and Monday night games and Sunday games. There's more time between a Sunday game to another Sunday game than there is a Sunday game to a Thursday game.
You
There's a
know,
whole different way you practice. Exactly. Whole way you schedule it.
I've got to believe that there's going to be like, obviously, well, maybe not so obviously, but I'd hope there's some like kind of limitations or restrictions to this, whereas like, you know, they're going to let someone know with a certain amount of time in advance, you know, so a team knows those sort of things about their schedule. And also I'd really hope that like people that buy tickets for games that get changed, like I'd really hope that would be made transferable, right?
Yeah, and that was something that Sea.Dubbz brought up as the fans. What about the fans? Like they are planning on going to their Sunday game and then they find out that because they have work off on Sundays. Everybody has work off on Sundays because, you know, that's the way the world works. They're going to play on Sunday, but they changed it to Thursday, and everybody works on Thursdays.
And Fridays.
And Fridays. Like,
All
are we
of
supposed to take those days off and use personal days? Or, like, how's that supposed to work, Sea.Dubbz?
It sounds like they will have one, like they'll give advice or advance notice of like 1 week. So the teams are at a disadvantage, the fans are at a disadvantage. And the thing we're even forgetting about is what about traveling fans? Like people who fly, have plane tickets, hotel rooms. They're traveling to see the Packers in New York on Thursday night, and now it's Sunday.
It's just the
Their plane
NFL's
tickets
world.
are shit.
We're just living in it.
They're fucking, yeah. Everything's fucked.
Jesse,
World revolves around the NFL now.
What do you think of this whole flex scheme?
I mean, so I see from like, I completely understand from like the television production side why somebody's like, oh yeah, like we'll just toss these around because these are just like,
They're
are just
just
assets
shows.
that our company has. But yeah, it's like the reality of like how that plays out. Like, I think what you're seeing there is like the television industry in general has a remarkable ability to not be concerned with how anybody in like anyone, they assume everyone involved in this has no life. So I think that like when you're so used to like treating all of your employees as though they are like some sort of like impoverished slaves, like that it becomes much easier to be like, everybody is this way, right?
Well, what
So
plays
is
into
this-
that is the Thursday night games are on Amazon streaming.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So there you go. Amazon is exactly what you just said.
Yeah, dude, Jeffy B, he does not like that. Like he doesn't understand it. Like he's like, why don't they just like
Jeffy B.
recharter their private yacht to the game?
Yeah. Why don't they just do it the way I do it?
Mhm.
I don't get it.
So has this been like big news in the TV industry? Have they been trying to like make this happen so then they don't have to worry about competition as much?
This is the first time they've
I was asking Jesse
sorry.
since they're
First of all,
Yeah, as the
how
television
dare you?
expert.
How
as
dare
the
you?
television expert. Sorry, C.Dubbz.
No, I mean, I have not heard of any of that stuff because the part of the television industry I interface with is not like sports production. Like
Okay.
that's almost like its own world.
But
Right, like-
everybody knows each other in that world.
Well, a lot of like the technical staff, but even that, like, you know, like when you're talking about like the camera operators and the, you know, like the PAs and the editors, those people are going to be specific to a type of show, right? Like the people who work on reality, to use the industry term, unscripted, so that reality TV, like those people basically all work because it's like a set of norms that's for like that genre, right?
Okay.
But then like if you do like I've got one client who produces films for Lifetime, and
So good.
I keep asking her because I'm like, please let me write music for your movie. I want to write. If I could just spend the rest of my life writing music for like women who were cheated on by their husband and then kill them, like that would just be the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up.
No,
I know, right? I was like, this sounds like a great life
Yeah,
to just
let's
be
start
like,
a
it's
band.
like, oh, like woman scorned kills husband. I'm like, cool. I want to be that guy in the business. Can I be the guy who gets those jobs? But
the
so
one
it's
that women call to kill their husband. C.Dubbz, what do you? What do
I
you
want to
think
start
of
a
all
band
this?
with Mac and Turf, though.
What do you think of this?
And we're going to write Lifetime musics.
Yeah, you're moving to
right?
California.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, at this
That's
point,
the
I think
dream,
like,
really.
California is not that much more expensive than Minnesota at this point. It seems like.
And Minnesota is a lot like California, so maybe you guys should just move here. Move back.
know,
move back.
We should just, unify the two states
Dude, start your own
by
California.
raising them in the air and
Minnesota.
connecting them.
Minifornia.
Minifornia.
Yeah.
California, where the place is cold but the sun shines bright.
Yeah.
Right?
I love it.
That's our third album.
Sweet. Okay. Well,
So the four of us are going to be a rap
Yeah.
group called Minifornia.
Yeah,
But, like,
Minifornia is the band name now.
Yeah.
But it's just it's awful. They've never even debated or come up with this idea, thought of it, entertained it, anything. And then the most recent owners meeting, they're all like, "Should we do this?" And they all said, "Yeah, fuck it."
okay. So unlike
there we go.
So
unlike
the
the
NFL
KBO,
owners are also like, okay. They don't care, huh?
no, they
Yeah,
don't
this
care.
is dumb.
They want,
I
they
just
want
feel like-
ratings. They want money. They are a nonprofit. They can make a lot of money off of. So there's that.
it just seems to me like what if you're gonna go to the effort of doing this and flexing these
Unscripted television shows.
I was just gonna say these shows around, but these games around, like, why wouldn't you just be like, okay, like just do them to no audience if you get one of these as like, you're like, so then okay, like, or like make a promise that this will only happen this can only happen to your team once per season. Or I feel like there needs to be something that's like the give to the fan of like, okay, we're gonna violate your trust, but in this predictable way so you can plan ahead.
Their predictability in it is that it won't happen beyond the first half, or only in the second half of the season. That's the
That's the
That's
one
so
thing.
cool.
that's the one.
promised.
It'll only happen in the midway point.
Just
So
no
from
one
there-
no one buy tickets for those games then.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
don't bother.
I mean, that's like ultimately, isn't that the only form of American protest? Is not buying,
Just not going.
not spending money. Like,
Yeah, that's
the
only
way-
option.
That's the way to do
Voting
it.
doesn't seem to work. Protesting doesn't seem to work. You can just only not buy.
That's the way it works. That's just don't. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Don't talk about it. Right?
Don't tweet. Don't Instagram.
Way ahead of you, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers seems to be having a great time out in New Jersey, right? He's out in New Jersey with the
He's with
Jets.
the
New
Jets.
Jersey is his new home.
New
He's
Jersey
doing great
Jets.
by getting hurt at OTAs and sitting out.
Nice.
And that's why he wasn't part of OTAs in Green Bay.
He's all sitting there like, oh, look,
He knew
to
he was
plan.
he knew he was going to get hurt back then, and he's like, oh no, but now he's not listening to his own body. He's getting old, And
He needs more ayahuasca.
Fuck yeah.
Do they have it out in New Jersey?
They have it in Joshua Tree because my roommates went and done it.
There you go. I think he did his last ayahuasca trip in like the Pacific Northwest. So, as long as it's on the West Coast, maybe he can airmail it to the East Coast for him.
I have to say, I just did, like, literally this morning, I was walking through Santa Monica, grabbing
Boulevard.
No. I was walking down Montana Boulevard in Santa Monica, California. I was out there this morning, and I walked past a psychedelic therapy storefront right next door to the coffee shop I was going to, and I was like, "Wow, that's just like just like straight up like ketamine therapy, just like on one of the main drags of like one of the most expensive parts of the whole city."
Oh yeah, they have advertisements on the radio for ketamine therapy.
I was like kind of had like I had a moment where I was like, "Wow, you're just saying this, huh?"
Yep. Totally a thing.
I thought that was something you had to like have like doctor approval for or something. It's like a nebulous. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that next for
Totally
Minnesota?
acceptable.
That's
next for Minnesota. Yeah.
Once you guys have legal ketamine, then maybe we'll talk about moving back.
okay.
That's what's holding us back right now.
I understand.
Not the weather.
Speaking of which, the governor is going to be having a party with the late governor Ventura tomorrow.
He's not that late.
No,
I mean, not that kind of late.
no, yeah, he's not passed.
He's still alive.
Yeah, because he's going to be at the party tomorrow.
The mind,
Yeah, he's going to get all recreational up in here.
the body.
Maybe Aaron, does he have recreational marijuana or medical marijuana to take care of his heart pain? Because it's legal out there, right?
Yes. You could probably rub some nugs on it.
Well, I hope he feels better and figures it out, because Aaron needs to figure it out. What we need to figure out next is what the next topic is. How's that?
Let's do it.
Should we go?
Spin that wheel.
Everything on black. Everything on black.
FuzzJockRadio.
The NBA theme, here's an idea. It goes like this.
NBA.
FuzzJockRadio.
The NBA playoffs are in heat. I forgot to use the word nuggies in it. The Nuggets are heating up in the playoffs. In the NBA
I thought you were talking about my
playoffs.
oven right now.
Yeah, we got nuggies in the oven.
Do not forget your nuggets in the oven.
We're just staying up all night playing Zelda.
They'll
with the nuggets
turn
in the
to
oven.
a really black, charred charcoal. Have you ever seen chicken nuggets in an oven too long? They turn to like
Yes.
charcoal.
I don't want to see it.
That's what I've seen people do. The come home from the bar, throw a pizza in the oven, and pass out, and wake up to like a charcoal.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I've seen that happen by people that we are all mutual friends with.
Yeah.
That's how I keep my house warm in the winter in Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly.
I think all of us have a friend that have done that.
This is not me.
If not us have done it.
I have once. I boiled water to no water multiple times.
Yeah. I've never done anything.
When I was going to make some
Ramen.
ramen. Yeah, I'd pass out and I'd just wake up to the room being like yelling. That's the sound of yelling and swearing at me. Oh.
So he's speaking the American language to you.
Yeah. They were speaking
Very
American
fluent in
language.
American.
Yeah.
You were lucky that you didn't burn the house down type of stuff. Well, we're not talking about that, though. We are talking about the NBA Nuggets versus the Heat. The couple Minnesota players are playing for those teams.
Yeah.
Who's
It's Jimmy Butler and Gerard
Butler and Kevin Love.
and Kevin
On
Love.
the
Yes,
Heat.
that's the other one.
Anybody on the
Yeah, I knew
Nuggets?
No.
All of them,
All of them.
basically. There's
And do we have
Jokic
any?
as a future Wolves fan. So
Yeah.
there's like future Wolves players on the Nuggets.
Okay.
So it's basically the Wolves versus the Wolves in the finals, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to. And I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I appreciate that you helped me get there.
The NBA
Yeah.
is
Do you guys
All
have any
Wolves.
bets? Since sports are all about betting nowadays, man, we're going through the whole gambit of things that we talk about with Jesse tonight. Like, gambling. We'll get to like umpires at some point.
no. Let's not do it.
Making fun of Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe.
I'm here for all of it.
Does anybody have any bets on who's going to win the NBA playoffs? I think that's what
I
I'm
would
trying
bet a
to ask.
basketball team.
Oh yeah.
A whole basketball team?
The whole team. Yeah, and that's why we're going to give them the football watch, right? They're going to like.
Yeah. You went there. That's exactly where I wanted you to go. Thank you. Thank you.
Like, I just think that, like, yeah, the whole team, the whole basketball team gets this one watch, and then once that becomes like the ultimate award for all sports, then we need to start bringing in film and television, roll in the Emmys, roll in the Oscar.
There you go.
Like, roll in the Grammy eventually.
And it's like Babylon, and everybody knows each other.
Oh, but
Exactly,
first,
and then we'll
but
all
first,
finally be fighting over the watch.
I want them to invent a really cool ceremony that the team all has to do, where they like put their powers
smoke
into,
ayahuasca.
where they all put their powers into the watch and like pass it on, and like just make all of them believe that this is happening.
And they will call that event the Game & Watch.
And the number is 42.
It will be.
I will say that I just realized this right now. And I know we'll get to NHL soon, but both championship games in the summer will be played by teams. One team that swept their competition and have had a lot of rest, and the other team that has played 7 to a game 7 and is really tired going into the championship game. Because the Heat just played a game 7, and the Nuggets swept their series and are well rested.
They've just been chilling.
Guess which one's going to be tired?
Is the Nuggets?
Is that another fuzz question of the week?
They've been sleeping too much.
So I have it as
They're
a fun
on,
question
they're
of
on
the
break
week?
and they're like, oh,
maybe
man,
it's the
I'm so
JMez
tired. I'm
question of the week.
overtired.
Ooh, JMez question of the week.
Tell me,
We
what
all
do you know
what that sound
about
means,
that?
or what this jingle is. It's time for the
JMez question of the week. And JMez's question of the week is...
Which team will be tired?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Which
will be
team's
tired?
gonna be tired? Which do you
All right,
think?
Fuzzy, go.
I forgot what teams. What ones am I picking from?
It's the Nuggets,
Nuggets
and
and the Heat.
The Lynx.
Okay,
Sea.Dubbz?
fair.
Heat.
And
Good call.
Mac N Turf.
Yes.
And JMez.
Perfect. I told you the Nuggets are going to be so tired because they've been taking so much naps on their off time and probably playing the new Zelda game.
And that was your
Buzz question of the week.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
staying up too late playing Zelda.
Perfect.
Gonna be tired.
Speaking of which, the Lynx, I spoke of them a little bit ago. Did you notice? I was going to use that as kind of a tie-in.
You did it.
What do you
Here we
call
are.
it? A repertoire? You know, like an extension
Yes.
over a bridge?
That's it.
Segway? Oh.
A Segway. That's a
that's
Segway.
a
You
vehicle.
you drive Segways.
Yeah.
Well, you lean into a Segway.
We're talking about a like.
Is that
like,
why they call them Segways?
I just thought of that too while I was saying it. I was like, is that why they called them that? Because you lean into it to make it drive?
And
that's
like
a Segway?
in
I
a
don't-
Segway for topics, kind of lean into them, right? Like Jesse, as a television extraordinaire, like you write, you do a lot of writing. I know.
You compose yourself about it.
Do you lean into segues on television?
Yes, you have
Okay.
to. You have to, like, and that's like, I don't know about you guys, but have you ever tried to read something and make it sound natural and not let somebody else know that you're like reading it in real time and not adding all of the extra little words? Like, try to have a conversation with somebody sometime and not say and or
Well, there
and
are
like
No.
or like
I
like
will not.
try to
well there
try that sometime and you will suddenly realize like how skilled you have to be to do that on television.
Well, there are times when I get into flows, if you will, like as in a flow. What's that word? Flow. A zone.
state?
Zone.
You do it.
Zone state. Like Michael
Zone
Jordan.
state.
Michael Jordan would
It's
do
the
it
flow
a lot.
zone.
He's getting the flow zone, and I
get in
would
the flow
just
zone.
really just go off topic and just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and
I've heard it.
I stop and I'm like, wow, I don't know what I just said, but I'm going to pretend I did.
It's basically poetry in motion.
Yeah, it's pretty kind of like that.
It's poetry, it rhymes.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna agree. Okay. Yes. Okay. So
Links.
Links. Links. are currently 0-4.
Uh-oh.
And that's your breaking news.
It is possible
Breaking
they
my
have all
heart.
been staying up too late playing the new Zelda game.
0-4.
Gotta be
They're
that.
playing too much Zelda with their kids. I remember this happening last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
the
was a
last
rough
couple
start.
seasons.
And if I remember correctly, they turned it around and did pretty well at the end of the season. They didn't get into the finals, but they did pretty well.
They did.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
We,
So
we
then
can't give up on them.
We have
Isn't
nothing
this the
to.
curse of every Minnesota sports team?
Hey, this is the team that's won a lot of championships, so
Yeah.
I give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I still feel like this is just like the curse of the Minnesota sports team is to do incredible. Like there's always a reason why it doesn't work, and it's like somehow we just always rescue defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah, but not the Lynx. The Lynx have had a bunch of successful championships, and
Well,
then
thank God there's one.
yeah, I mean,
They are the one.
Yeah.
yeah,
All the rest have
yeah,
left us, aka the Lakers.
Yep.
Who?
The Minneapolis
the
Lakers.
new Twins.
Why?
I mean,
Oh, the new
the new Wolves, the
Why
old
do
I
they
wear
Wolves.
a Minneapolis
Why do they
Lakers
do that?
hat.
I'll give you mine.
Sweet.
Atlanta Dream. The Atlanta Dream in WNBA. They're a WNBA team. They sold out a couple of their games.
A lot.
Their first 5 home games.
Not just
Full
a couple,
sellouts.
but like a handful.
Yes, literally a handful.
They're very popular nowadays.
Did they win the championship last year?
No, I think Vegas did.
Yeah,
I'm
they
not- don't
they
quote-
won.
No,
the-
actually, just quote me on it. I don't care.
they won the hearts of the people, though. That's for
Yes,
sure.
yes. They are doing very good, and the stories that come out of it that are really heartwarming is that a lot of little girls are going to these games and are seeing the crowds and the sport itself being played out, and a lot of the conversations coming out of it are they're going, I want to do this when I grow up. And I think that's the important part
Yeah.
of why we need to keep promoting women's basketball.
That brings me to one of my main questions is like the last couple podcasts we kind of talked about how nobody's covering the WNBA at all unless if it's something that's really bad, or not really bad because there's not really bad news coming out of the WNBA like there's like the NFL, but are they reporting on it? Are they telling?
No, this is all through social media of people who go to the games.
Lame.
Yep.
Numb. I'm dumb. I don't
Just
like
not
it.
the most pleasant when I'm angry.
This makes me angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool. I don't understand it. At least we're reporting on it, and
We
hopefully
will continue to.
a handful of people that listen to us know that the Atlanta Dream are having handfuls of games selling out and letting little ladies know that it's okay to be a basketball player and do whatever you want to do not because somebody tells you can't. Right?
Inspire people. Let's do it.
Inspiring people.
But yeah, the thing that really gets me is that the social media people who are doing it too are like people who are involved in sports who aren't necessarily journalists, but like, executives or like they are ex-players who are bringing their children to the games, and they're the ones tweeting it. So the only way it's getting out is that they already have a profile in the sports world and being like, my child is inspired by this. And then people are passing on the word. Because of course there are other people who are just, regular Joe Schmoes and Jan whatevers who are
Joe Schmo Jandos.
Jandos. There you go. Yeah. That's exactly. Who are tweeting about it too, and those are getting overlooked. But the fact that there are people getting the word out there is nice. But again, ESPN's not picking up on it. None of the sports media are talking about this. It's only the social media personal stories.
We know a non-Joe Schmo named Jesse Mac N Turf that's a film critic, and they would be able to let all their other TV producers know, hey, WNBA is on the way. WNBA is on the way. WNBA is on the way.
Is on the way.
WNBA is on the way.
All right, so we've written a song now.
All right, so now we just have to decide what release that's going to go on. Is that going to go on Minifornia, or is that going to go Ill Communication and
Looking around.
looking around?
I like it.
We're gonna do all of them, probably.
We ready to?
We'll remix it.
Yeah,
We're working on I see this as like a 4-album rock opera we're going to start in on.
Definitely.
I think we have to start
Rap
in,
opera.
Same.
opera. We'll start in feudal Japan with Wu-Tang and working our way all the way up to like modern drill.
I really.
How
like
are you
that.
directly in my mind right now?
Baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
Here we are in baseball land, and baseball is fun again in Minnesota because Royce Lewis and Max Kepler are now off the IL.
Yeah.
The IL, if you guys don't know, is the injured list. Yeah, that makes IL,
you know.
right? That's a I.L. type of thing. IL
Yeah,
is
all
that
sorts of things.
Yeah. So they're off the injured list. Royce Lewis and Kepler. Max Kepler, right?
Yes, they have been reinstated.
Oh, what do you think about that, guys?
Good words.
They played today.
Is he
They
related
both
to
did.
Johann Kepler?
I wish.
Where's he from?
Johann Kepler was a German. I think he was born
Max
in like
Kepler is German.
Okay, yeah, he was like born in like the 1500s.
If they aren't related, they're neighbors.
Okay. Hopefully from hundreds of years ago.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Time traveler.
Yeah, because Johann Kepler, he's the guy that figured out that the Earth goes around the sun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
I'd see Max having a family member who figured that out.
Okay, cool.
Because his baseballs go around the sun. That's how
Oh,
hard he hits.
That's
And
an incredible skill. to have.
Baseballs are round as well.
Oh.
I don't know
Which,
if you guys know that.
like the Earth.
like the Earth.
That's
I don't know if
that
you guys
makes
know
sense.
that. Yeah.
so it must be gravity that holds those balls together.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I interpret it.
Yeah, I believe also today was a year to the date of Royce Lewis's injury.
It was.
When he,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a year to the date today. They played his first game in the MIGs, in the MIGs, which is a combination of the majors and the bigs. You get it?
It's not the Russian Air Force.
Also that. But anyway,
And then he came.
How did Royce do?
Came back today and
second at bat, 3-run home run, puts the Twins on the board.
against Houston.
Yeah, against Houston.
Fuck Houston, asterisks.
And man, partway through that game though, I turned it off when our bullpen gave up a grand slam, and I was like, I'm so tired of all these grand slams and how, man.
And so then we went behind. And
Yeah.
JMez turned
I
off
turned
the
off the
TV,
game,
and
and then-
I kept on watching. And I watched Royce Lewis once again hit the ball to win. Not like it wasn't like a walk-off win, but it was a.
He hit in the tying
Go
RBI.
ahead.
Yeah, he hit in the tying RBI.
So he tied the game for us to put it into extras
and then we won.
with a Jeffers home run
the
at
Jeffers
the
home
end
run.
to pull it ahead. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Jeffers, I believe, 3-hit game. So like he had a good game and to nail it off there at the end.
Yeah, which
Jeffers
was
needed that too.
Yeah.
yeah, and it was nice to win that game because we had just lost a series against the Blue Jays in Toronto. So
Yeah, we did not get swept, luckily, but yeah, that was a rough go of having the Blue Jays at home.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, the Dodgers would like to thank you for beating the Astros. So
yeah,
they
Royce
told me
Lewis,
that at work today.
Royce Lewis is a very welcome addition to our lineup right now. I hope he's hot and stays hot, and excited to see him after. This is just one game.
Speaking of
This was our number 2 prospect, so like we got high standards for Royce Lewis.
yeah.
Number 2 prospect,
High
number
hopes.
1 in my heart.
High hopes.
And you spoke of that lineup, and in the lineup, who's been hot lately has been Gallo. Baldelli has been putting Joey Gallo into the leadoff position in the lineup, and has been doing really well. He's been hitting single home runs. Been getting, like today, first at bat on base right away. And
Get a lot of walks.
a lot of walks. And what's great about it is that he hates leading off.
But why?
he talked to somebody about how, please don't tell Baldelli this, but man, I really hate leading off. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it at all. I'd rather just sit back and see how the pitcher pitches before I lead off. And Rocco had said in a different interview, I heard some rumors that he doesn't like leading off, but he's really good at it, so I'm going to keep on putting him in there.
Yeah, that'll show him.
So there's just some funny,
I like Rocco.
Funny antics going on. It's kind of like a TV show, you know.
It's almost unscripted.
Yeah,
like an
that's
unscripted TV show.
You see a lot of that. I
Yeah.
can see a lot. I mean, it's such a sad thing that they've never done any television shows about sports. I think that's like an untapped market that they should consider. Like,
They need to stop scripting the ump calls. Is what they got to do.
You
to get really unscripted.
Well,
no,
I mean, so
seriously.
I guess as a television person talking to a bunch of sports people, how has the writer's strike been affecting the major league baseball teams?
The umpires seem lost. I'll say that.
Okay, so umpires seem.
The umpires are definitely against the Minnesota sports again, and that usually happens.
That just feels like lazy writing to me.
Yeah, they're just They're just looking at the old stuff and rewriting it.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Basically.
me. Like that. This is why Minnesota should allow their writers to like give them the new contract, give them the royalties,
That
and
explains.
then maybe we have like a quality like storyline in the next season.
I mean, that's would be a lot better than the AI that they're using right now.
Yeah, I mean, come on, bringing Phil Cousy back.
Trevor Plouffe.
Remember
Trevor Plouffe? And then the Oakland attendance. Well, that's on on the board here. What's going on with that?
So the owners have sabotaged their own team in an effort to be able to move to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And in so, the fans have said, fine, fuck you, we won't go at all. And there have been numerous games that have had, I think, 1,000 roughly attending the game. 1,000 people.
1,000 people?
I mean,
Like,
1,000.
yes.
But they're like reporting 2,000.
I think I know.
They're ashamed to say how low it actually is.
At one point in my life, I probably knew 1,000 people.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you knew more people than are going to Oakland athletic games.
Wow.
It's horrible.
I don't know why
I saw
they
a thing on
arrested him
Reddit
still
where it
do.
was like literally like a couple hundred people in the stand.
Yes.
Like
Those stadiums are big too.
Yeah, and they even it was an ex-football stadium, so they for years have been sectioning off the entire top level with tarps that just say the team's name, and no one sits there. So
What
they
is
already
the-
were suffering from that.
The Oakland A's, is that their name?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
it's athletics, right?
athletic.
So they have just a big A and then
Lots of A's
lots
everywhere.
of A's everywhere.
Yeah.
I'd give them an F.
Plays in A's.
What are they gonna do? That's the team that needs to leave. Like they said that they're gonna leave.
I think they should. No, there's a team that needs to sell. The owners need to sell it because that's the problem. They refuse to do. The owners refuse to do anything for the team. They won't update the stadium. They won't spend any money. They get rid of all the stars.
So why have
It's
they
their
been,
fault,
Why have
not
they
the
been
fan.
talking about the Twins leaving? Like that just doesn't make any sense.
Pull ads trying to do the same shit, man.
What? All right. So here's my question, guys.
Mhm.
Like, how come, like, in baseball or the NFL, like, are you guys familiar with the rules of the game musical chair?
Oh, yeah. I haven't done that.
So, like, I
Which
wonder.
version?
Which gets together
Which version?
every week.
So,
For those who don't know, break down the rules of musical chairs.
So,
Exactly.
it's a very highly strategic game, but I think one thing
Mm-hmm.
to keep in mind is that there's depth in the simplicity to it.
Oh,
But
definitely.
the basic idea is that you have, say, how many Major League Baseball teams are
30.
there? There are 30 teams. So I think if we had 30 teams, imagine 30 kindergartners, and we have 29 seats. And then you play, say, a season of a song.
Okay.
And then at the end of that season, when you stop the music, all 30 teams have to try to sit down in one of these chairs, but there are only 29. So whoever misses that seat is then their team is disbanded and all of their merchandise is burned. and no one is ever allowed to use any of their iconography.
Man, that's good. That's a good idea.
So now I don't know that it should be yearly, like every season you have to lose a team, but shouldn't there be some sort of rule like
some
that?
type of purge, right?
This concept kind of exists in soccer in over the seas. So they have relegation. You get kicked out of the major league if you are bad enough and put in a minor league or a smaller league.
Okay, so you can be demoted.
You can be demoted, and then if you're a really good team in the lower league, you can be promoted into the bigger league.
That's awesome. We need to do that. So then the Saints can become the Minnesota Saints.
Then there could be 2 Minnesota baseball teams
That'd be
that
really
are
cool.
in the major leagues.
That'd be really cool. I would like to have, and then maybe the Mankato Moondogs could be.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I remember going to. I'm trying to remember.
You went to Mashers games. They would have been probably.
No.
Oh.
I went when I was spending a lot of time in Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
I went to because that was Bill Murray's team.
Yes, it was.
and,
Saints.
He owned the Charleston River Dogs.
River Dogs, yes.
The Charleston River Dogs. I went to a couple River Dogs games. Like those guys could get upgraded.
So then Bill Murray could have 2 teams in the major leagues.
and
He
then-
also owns the Saints.
Oh, really?
Or he's
Great
partial
idea.
owner of the Saints too.
And then communities can get behind it to make sure that the Mankato Moondogs are like the best. And
And then this goes back to like
municipalities.
the municipal sports teams.
there we go. That's what we talked about
Exactly.
before.
Exactly,
And
where
then-
it's like you have your local sports team that is paid for
So,
by a local tax levy.
I've got this. We must ban billionaire owners from owning baseball sports teams and have communities own them. There we go. We fixed all of sports.
That's it. That's all you gotta do. Is just
We made this point before, but now we're doubling down.
Yeah, we're doubling down community-owned sports, and then you also need to be able to demote teams out of the different leagues
And promote.
and
promote.
promote. Yes, and the important thing is like you can in fact lose your major sports team designation. I would love to see like the Mankato Moondogs versus like
The Yankees.
the Yankees or like the
Wow.
Dodgers.
Wouldn't that be something? The Yankees come
And then
to
it could-
town? Oh, man.
This happened in the Premier League. A team, I think they're called Leicester, whatever. They were the worst team ever. 1,000,000 to 1 odds of winning the champion or winning the league,
And guess what?
and they did it.
Well, there
They
you go.
did it. They won, and it was such a big thing that I believe the betting.
the odds, the numbers.
Well, no, the people who owned the parlors
Oh, okay.
were like, we have to fudge this because we can't pay out the people who did bet for this to happen because the odds were that big and it was too major of a thing.
And that
Billion to 1.
that's where you need to start looking into this thing called insurance.
Yes.
If you're gonna run, is there such a thing as sports betting insurance?
No.
There will be.
Do they do that in Australia? I feel like everything that's like kind
Only
of
for rich
trashy and a
people.
bad idea starts in Australia. Maybe this is just me knowing a bunch of Australians out here.
Any other Major League Baseball news, guys?
Twins are going to keep playing Houston,
Okay.
and
Couple
then
more
they come
games.
back home for a series against the Guardians.
Maybe we should go a game.
Division rivals.
Maybe we should go to a game.
We should go to all the games.
Yeah.
Every game forever.
Ready? Roulette
Spin the
time.
wheel.
What is slashing?
Slashing is like that, you know.
NHL.
I don't do that, by the way.
The finals of NHL are
Slashing.
slashing.
I don't do that, by the way.
No, I thought you. For some reason, I heard the soundbite, and I've heard it many times, but I thought you were saying. I thought you were going to say that you don't slap people. I'm glad that you don't slap
No, I
people.
do that sometimes.
You do. Oh, you do.
But not slashing.
Not slashing.
Now I'm pulling my collar.
Ooh, physical violence. Ooh.
Golden Knights versus Florida Panthers in the NHL playoffs. Cup. Playoff Cup. Is that what they call them? The NHL Playoff Cup?
Stanley would not like you saying that, but yeah, that's what we call it.
No, they don't. Like,
Oh,
no,
it's
what?
because of the high fives, guys.
Oh, the slapping is because of the high fives.
Yeah, I'm really quick on that one.
There we go.
Slapping some skin.
Yeah, slapping some skin.
That's okay. I'm all for that.
Yeah. Good.
That one was buffering. Sorry about that.
I just think the more important thing that we need to focus on here is that the NHL, it would be the Stanley Watch.
Oh, yes, yes.
Like, I think that if they melted that down, if you melted down the trophies for every major sports trophy and then combined them into the, couldn't we get some medal from like that and then like a Heisman Award and then like?
No, you don't understand. You don't understand what's going on here. Is that we're waiting for that one ultimate athletic player to play all the games, and then so he can win, or she can win all of the awards, and then can sit there and drink out of their cup while having their NBA rings and wearing their XFL watches while wearing their some sports.
We're looking for a bejeweled person.
Nah, I think you're just talking about the Infinity Gauntlet.
It's like, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's like what Michael Jordan and Bo Jackson tried to do, but instead of just 2 sports, they're doing all the sports, and they're winning all the sports, and they're getting all the trophies, and then they get to sit down in their home and wear wear all the rings. There's a hat trophy,
or at least have a
all
cartoon
right, if there's
series.
anything the internet is incredible at, it is like creating ridiculous things. There has to be someone who's figured out what sports or how many different awards or like paraphernalia would you need before you could be dressed from like head to toe in various award like pageantry.
Yeah,
like
it's gotta be a necklace.
You've got like a pro wrestling belt. You've got like you'd have the rings, you'd have the watch, like you like
it's gotta be a
Olympic gold like cap, Olympic gold
medal,
necklace,
and skis.
your medal,
ski boots.
Like what? Is there any? Are there any awards that are like shorts, pants, underwear?
I bet like some bull riding would be like you get some chaps maybe, or a hat, like
a
cowboy hat.
I don't understand the assignment.
There's got to be some sort of like cowboy gold medal out there.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm thinking. I think that's what's happening here, is that these awards that we've found, in all the ruins, is that they're from like some, wild old ass athletic.
What about what's
person.
that Aztec sport where they would throw around the prisoner's head and try to get it through the hoops on the walls?
Is that the one they play with bouncing off their hip now?
Yeah. They bounce it off their hip, and you're trying to get the head through the circle.
Yeah,
I believe
the
they
old
called
Aztec sport.
Cribbage.
Either way, the Golden Knights versus the Florida Panthers are in the NHL playoff series, the Stanley Cup Finals. That's what it's called.
Which
and
one is
it's
tired?
played by 2 teams.
Who's gonna
win? One has swept their opponent, and one has played 2 games 7. So this brings you to the Sea.Dubbz question of the week.
Hold on.
I like.
Said that too quick.
I like.
We all know what that sound means, or what this jingle is. It's time for the
Sea.Dubbz question of the week.
Yep.
All right. So the Sea.Dubbz question of the week is where I ask a question, and I ask the Hests a question. They answer with just one answer, and we do not talk about why they feel that way and why their answer is wrong or right. We just get the answer and move on.
Mm-hmm.
And the Sea.Dubbz question of the week is, in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, who will be more tired, the Florida Panthers or the Golden Knights? And we'll start with Fuzzy.
Yeah.
Who will be more tired?
Who?
Yeah, tell us.
James.
You're on the spot.
JMez should ask. Can he just answer? I don't remember the teams. Can JMez answer the question?
That's good.
JMez.
No, so that's your answer.
JMez.
Is the Golden Knights because of the Knights?
No answer. Nope, just Golden Knights. Okay.
And
because the nighttime, it's a fun.
Jesse.
You love
what
it.
sport is this?
Hockey.
Hockey?
Yeah, you ever do it?
I think the Minnesota North Stars.
Yes.
Are going to be
Okay.
Nice.
And Sea.Dubbz.
So they're slumbering.
Great.
Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's our. Oh, not wrong button. That was our
Fuzz
Sea.Dubbz
question of the week.
Sea.Dubbz. And we're moving on.
Every day.
Wrestling.
Oh, I thought it was pickleball.
Oh.
It's both, really.
Oh, yeah. I guess it's the same thing.
Oh, basically.
Oh.
You guys ready to go to other sports? I would love to. Ping pong, for sure.
Is pickleball skiing?
What is the highest level of car racing called?
Curling.
Other sports? Acro yoga?
Agro yoga?
Acro, like acrobatic.
It is a fusion of tennis, ping pong, and badminton.
What sport starts with a tip-off?
Basketball.
Nope, incorrect. Other sports.
It's a very social game.
Fight each other to the death.
Like NFTs or something.
You have to hit the ball.
Other sports topics.
So are there multiple major leagues?
I went to a soccer game in Dallas, in Paris, in California, in England.
Go up to a soccer game and be in the supporter section.
Teach them how to play pickleball.
Why not?
Free lessons when I come up.
How many clubs can a golfer have in their bag?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. Might as well tune out now.
Because I don't have another sports button yet.
So, Jesse, the first thing I got to ask about in other sports here is how much has pickleball taken over the TV world?
I would say that right now, all of them, there's a lot of money floating around trying to get the pickleball dollar solidified. Are you guys familiar with when
Like
Lyft
as a
and
new
Uber became
cryptocurrency?
companies? Well, when
Is
Lyft and Uber
pickleball
became
a
companies,
cryptocurrency?
Lyft is based in Los Angeles, so Uber dumped a huge amount of money into their service in the city to try and starve out Lyft at the beginning of the company, just to get rid of them. So I think what you're seeing right now in television is everyone is dumping a crazy amount of money into the pickleball space because they're trying to become the definitive pickleball station.
That makes
So
sense.
they're trying to drown everyone else
Makes
out.
a lot of
Everyone wants
sense.
to be.
Everyone else.
Exactly. If you
Everyone
can
wants to be
corner
the
that
one.
market
Yep.
at the ground floor.
And that's why it's going in malls. That's why they're, it's everywhere.
Exactly. I would be surprised. I would not be surprised to see like multiple pickleball leagues start up because, it could be an NFL XFL situation where you have one that,
other than the multiple ones that were created and already joined, there will be even more competition.
Exactly. And I think you're going to see, you're going to see some trying to gain market share through trying to become the more extreme version of the sport.
Ooh.
So I think, I've been in meetings. I've been in very high-powered entertainment meetings where people were trying to talk about how can we make this more extreme? Can we do it on ice? Can we do it on skateboard? Could you do it in the desert?
Absolutely.
Could you do it with an animal that has been given a lot of drugs?
I bet they're wondering. I
All
bet the big one
inevitables.
is: do you think they can make an unscripted version of it?
Mm-hmm. Well, especially right now, once again with the writer's strike going on, like AI generated pickleball, that's a whole space in and of itself. And I know some people who are specializing in that in and of themselves.
That's why
Pickleball GPT is going real hard right now.
we wanted to bring you on.
That's real. That's real. That's a real thing.
And pickleball, Bing pickleball, that's the other one in that space as well. These large language pickleball models that they've been working on, I think there's a lot of money being dumped into that space. I actually just heard that Bill Gates for the last 15 or 20 years has been taking yearly meetings just to see the state of pickleball as they've been working on developing the space. And I heard that only in the last 6 months, finally was Bill Gates impressed enough with pickleball AI, pickleball language models,
That's wild,
and just the pickleball space in general enough that he's finally started sinking some of his money in. So the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, I think they just made a $2.3 trillion fund to state-of-the-art pickleball research.
Interesting.
Wow.
Because
pickleball is the way of the future. Here we go.
I mean, because it's been around for such a long time. And it's time.
That's why
it's time for it to have its say in the sack.
Yeah.
The market has spoken, and we want pickleball.
Yeah, I think that, at this point, I know that, I saw that if you go to pickleball.amazon.com, you can just go, it's a whole selection of all the different companies and all of the different price tiers. You can actually it automatically starts at this point it does the like sort by highest to lowest price because they just assume you're sinking that much money into it.
That's the default.
That's the default
Okay.
setting. It's not best selling, it's highest price.
Oh,
They just
man.
know if you're going into that space, you've got pockets.
That's why LeBron and Steph Curry and all them are because that's the first place they start.
Exactly. Because we think of like tennis and golf and equestrian sports. We think of that as like what wealthy people are doing. But, you know, I know like back in Minnesota, this isn't as much of a thing, but because we're so much more prone to the higher end of the economic spectrum and like there's much wealthier clients out here in California, and all we're hearing is pickleball.
Yeah.
Like, and the closer you get to Beverly Hills, the louder you hear it.
That makes sense.
You can hear the echoes from here.
Yeah, exactly.
In
like
Echo
that-
Park.
Yeah, in Echo, they call it that because of the echoes of actually Bel Air. There's the Bel Air Pickleball Society actually has speakers.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Yeah.
We'll learn a little bit every day.
Sounds like that'd be a city nuisance violation if everyone wasn't already on board for it.
Yeah,
There's so
but
many
that-
helicopters
but
and everything else
everybody
they don't
is,
have.
Yeah, honestly, like it's just part of the background noise of LA.
Yeah.
Like the LAPD SWAT team versus
Makes
the Pickleball Association, they're about equal in volume.
Yeah, I believe it.
I don't know if I do, but
that's real.
we'll go with it. AEW
That's real.
D or
N.
D or N or D-O-N. Don Callis.
Like Don Callis, yeah.
The AEW's Don Callis.
PPV.
PPV. Okay, AEW.
AEW DON PPV.
PPV.
Yeah.
Happened yesterday. And just like how weird that was, that pay-per-view last night was a little off. It was a little strange. It was a little weird. Do you agree? I agree.
I would say like
Do you
probably
agree?
some moments, but
I saw a meme floating around that I absolutely agreed with, and it's the drawing of a horse where it starts off rough like a child drew it, then it ends up really super detailed. It's amazing. That's how people are describing last night's pay-per-view, and I
Interesting.
kind of agree. Like, it started off a little rough, and then it became the greatest thing I've ever seen. So, yeah, it had its moments that were rough, but it paid off.
So for me, I forgot that it was even happening. It was like one of those pay-per-views that I was like, I didn't even realize that they're having a pay-per-view.
You opened the door, and it was like,
And I'm like, well, this
Hey, guys.
is weird. I didn't know that this was happening, so this is already strange, since I didn't know. It was strange. And then
it's almost like Bleacher Report didn't know either because they didn't let us watch it at first.
yeah, that was weird too. They need to change from their format, but
Yeah,
we're not.
fuck Bleacher Report.
I mean, I don't want to say that. I'm not.
No,
very
I do.
prejudiced.
I deal with it enough.
I need to make that soundbite that says, like you can't, don't, you can't.
don't swear.
Don't take what we say for real all the time.
Yeah,
because some
for
of the
swearing.
things that we say might not be liable for what we do say and what we don't say, type of thing. Like that. Jesse,
Just
Is
because we
eight-
say that doesn't mean we're not liable, though, right?
is it unscripted or is it unscripted TV or is it scripted TV? How does AEW work?
From what I understand of the people I know in the space, it's entirely unscripted and all real. So I think that's.
I mean, they do get pretty angry. Especially the fans get really angry when you say that it's not real. So it's got to be real.
Because it's real to them.
I would agree with that. Actually, I was having a conversation with one of the people I know who, one of the top chef people, about because whenever we go to wrestling events, this
Shout
is
out
completely
to those
real.
people.
Every time we go to a wrestling event and I put it up on Instagram, he always is like, "Oh my god, you have to bring me! That looks so much fun." And he was saying he was shooting a bunch of stuff many years ago with a bunch of WWE guys, and he's like, "Yeah, one of our interns made the mistake of going like." Yeah, none of this is real though, right? And the guy goes, "Do you want me to throw you around in here? You want to find out how real this is?" And he's like,
Wow.
he's like, our intern declined.
Yeah, I bet they did.
He's like, so yes, he's like, yeah, a lot of people have a lot of opinions. He's like, but boy, you see, once you start seeing people getting tossed around like that, when you're that close to it, he's like, you realize how real that really is.
Yep.
I mean, they're really doing stuff.
Yeah.
And that's not the part that's, made up.
Choreographed
right?
doesn't mean it's not real.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like I'd like to see you. I don't know about you.
Fly off a cage 20 feet and through a table.
I know, right? Like the last time I hurt myself, I tried moving my drum kit around. Like I was just trying to move it from my living room to my dining room, and I was like almost threw out my back. Like, I picked up something that weighed 10 pounds.
Can't do
I
that.
couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So there's spoilers that we can do
For what?
We could say how the matches were.
And,
How about that?
And also who might have showed up and who didn't show up, and
Yeah.
Can we say the big news? I mean,
I don't know
is
if
it
we
too
can
soon
say
to-
that. I think it's too soon because we
Well,
haven't had
Yeah, it might
Dynamite
be.
yet.
I know the news he wants to say, and it's all over the internet, including being posted by AEW everywhere.
But the Dynamite hasn't happened. What about the people that just are able to watch the Dynamite shows? The galaxy has gotten smaller.
Ooh,
We'll just say that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's cryptic and mysterious.
I also wanted to just point out the Fatal 4-Way last night. Greatest 4-way match I've ever seen in my entire life. Best.
Okay,
ever.
so we can talk.
Yeah,
we can
I want to talk about that too.
So
'cause-
the Fatal 4-Way, it was the 4 pillars of AEW, and the 4 pillars of AEW are MJF, who currently has the belt, Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, and Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara.
Who is now going to who is going to be a parent at some point. He's got they have a baby on the way.
Daddy Guevara.
Ty is pregnant, and yeah, so congratulations to them.
That's
And
fun.
So the 4 pillars of the company
A 4-way free
had
for
a
all.
4-way free for all for the world champion belt.
And it was
yeah.
nonstop.
How was it, guys? It was good, huh? It was nonstop.
The best thing
I've
about
never
it was
seen
the momentum. Absolutely.
Yeah. I've never seen a 4-way match where it didn't go all 4 start, 2 knocked out of the ring, 2 people go at it for a while, 1 gets knocked out of the ring, another guy comes in, still 2 people. One of the guys, it's like showcase one after another of 2 people.
Yeah, or like here's
This
2
was
people fighting
all
and 2
4
other
all
people
the fucking
fighting.
time.
Yeah,
Whole match.
the entire time. There's no. I mean, there's a couple times where maybe one person was on the sidelines resting just for a little bit, but not. But most of the time, it was all 4 of them in the ring at the same time.
4 or 3. Very few times that there was like I'd say a majority of the match was more than 2 people at a time, almost always.
Yeah, and it was really cool because they were doing moves that their mentors, like they were doing their mentors' moves, and like MJF did the Crossroads, like Cody Rhodes' move, and yeah, it was really neat. It was really cool. I haven't seen anything like it.
Some of the best storytelling I've ever seen in a 4-person match. Just the history of each opponent to each other, where they came from, where they're planning. Like it was beautiful, and they did things too that were, so fast and just move after move after counter after counter after counter, that it was just awe-inspiring. Like I was floored at how good that match was. I stood up for almost the entire match because I couldn't sit. I had to stand there and appreciate it.
Yeah, I was
That's how good
I was gonna say like just about so many times, and it'd be like not just one reversal, but like a chain of reversals of everyone doing the next thing, just constantly doing the next thing, the next. Yeah, like you said, man, the momentum of that thing was very fun to watch, and they put on a great show.
My favorite sequence had to do with a series of reversals where it was like MJF did a move to Jack Perry and Jack threw MJF out of the ring. Then Jack got knocked out of the ring by Darby. Then Darby got hit on the turnbuckle, lifted up by Sammy, who does a Spanish fly, which is a flip, holding the opponent in the air off the turnbuckle onto the 2 opponents on the fucking outside of the ring. I've never seen that.
That was so good.
Just flow amazing. Just oh wow.
It was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
All the credit to those boys.
So if you can check out that match, we all would definitely recommend you to check out that match.
Yeah,
the end of the match of the night had some really fun parts too. But yeah, absolutely, that 4-way was like the highlight for me. That was so fun. And of course, MJF just had so many great spots, man, of selling it and just that guy cracks me up. His heel work is delightful.
Yep.
Just beautiful.
Yeah, it makes me grin and laugh so much.
So make sure to check out AEW DONPPV. It was a weird one, but it was good. It was definitely a good one.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
We ready to move on?
I love it.
Let's do the end.
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah. Memory.
So this is Fuzzy Memory Trivia, and this is when I ask the Hest trivia questions, and then they answer
For points.
For points. They answer the
Which is
questions
not a
with
cryptocurrency.
answers. Yeah, no, it's points. Just points. Currently, the point spread is JMez 5, Sea.Dubbz 7, and Turf. You are the first new Hest of the season. How should we do this? Should we split Turf's
I think
points between
all
the two of you?
guests should be on one score against you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We've been doing that. We did that before, so we'll do that again. So we'll do that.
What up, Jeek?
We're all on a team that we didn't even know we were signing up to be on.
Okay, good. Sounds good. Otherwise, I was going to say maybe we could split your points up between the two.
Don't take my points. They're my points.
Yeah,
I'm just sharing with him.
Listen, once the IPO of our new crypto point currency goes through, that's the only way I'm buying a house in California.
Yeah, true. Very true. Okay, so then since we have a TV movie producer, writer extraordinaire slash, knows everybody in the industry,
composure,
vaudevillian
expert,
we styled the sports questions in a movie and TV show theme.
And compost.
Ooh, all right. This is my department.
Here we go. In the film Moneyball, which Major League Baseball player's single season home run record is a storyline?
Barry Bonds.
True. JMez with a point. Barry Bonds.
You've seen the movie.
Love that movie.
Actually,
second
I was
favorite.
watching a whole thing about that movie that made me want to watch it.
Oh.
I was like, I guess I need
It's an interesting story.
Is that the one with the analytics?
It's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
It's like
Actually,
Oakland.
the one where the kid is the manager of the Twins.
No, that's not.
I thought this
Moneyball.
was the one where they took
great
the
movie.
high school hockey team and then they went on to take on the Soviets.
Yes.
And
In the movie The Miracle of Bern, set during the 1954 World Cup, who was the real-life player that holds the record for the most goals in a single World Cup tournament, scoring 13 goals in 1958?
Hitler.
No.
13 goals in a soccer game is insane.
He was
That's
not good at
impossible.
hockey.
Yeah. Did he have a machine gun?
Just Fontaine of France.
Yeah.
The first
Fontaine.
Super Bowl is depicted in numerous sports documentaries. Can you tell who won the inaugural event in 1967?
Green Bay Packers.
True.
Lombardi, right?
Yeah. Sea.Dubbz.
I was like, who is even I knew that one. I was like, Lombardi. He was the pack. I was thinking it was the.
Why'd they have to do
Brewer.
it?
The Spanish player Rafael Nadal, featured in many tennis documentaries, is known by what nickname due to his skill on a particular surface?
A Ninja Turtle.
Asphalt Ninja.
Incorrect.
Pizza.
The King of Clay.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I was gonna say the Grass Man.
Who is all-time points leader in NBA history as of 2021? A record often mentioned in shows like ESPN's Sports Center.
The star of Space Jam, LeBron James.
Correct.
Is LeBron James the regular person?
We've had that question before. Because
No.
ChatGPT thinks it's somebody else. Who's that somebody else?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's not a question, but yeah.
Kirby
Kareem
Puckett.
Abdul-Jabbar.
The film Dare to Dream, the story of the U.S. women's soccer team, follows the... Wow, what a title of a movie. The Dare to Dream, the story of the U.S. women's soccer team. follows the journey of a team that would later win the FIFA Women's World Cup in what year?
2021.
Incorrect.
2012.
Incorrect. Jesse?
2011?
2019. In the golf drama, The Greatest Game Ever Played, a score of 3 under par on a hole is referred to by what term?
It's an albatross.
Correct. JMez with a point.
I know that every day.
And then in the TV series The English Game, which focuses on the origins of football, who holds the real-life record for the fastest goal scored in Premier League history as of 2021?
Pele.
Incorrect. Jesse?
Pele 2.
John Michael Michel Ballman.
Incorrect. Shane Long, who scored in 7.69 seconds for Southampton against Watford in 2019.
That guy definitely did not give his real name to the authorities.
And that was...
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah. Memory.
And that brings us to the end of the episode.
It brings us all the way.
All the way back to the end of the episode. Is that right?
Here we are.
Here we are.
We did it.
Hi, guys.
Well, this was fun
We're
to
here.
see you guys again.
Yeah.
How's it going?
The studio looks great over there, by the way.
Were we in a different studio before?
I think you were in your living room before.
No, I think the camera was facing a different angle before.
Or was it a different studio?
No, we've been here.
We've been different studioing.
That was so long ago.
That was
He
like
wasn't at that
4
one.
years ago already.
That was like 18 years ago.
This must be a different
Seasons.
angle then, because that was only like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Huh.
2 years is not bad.
Time warps.
Time
So at the end of the
time.
episode, we talk about what we have going on for the rest of the week. And JMez, what do you got going on? Sea.Dubbz, what do you got going on? Well, JMez is yawning right now. I don't want to.
The
interrupt that
Yankees
yawn.
are coming to town, so I have to rest up and deal with 3 consecutive sellouts. So I'm gonna help Lily prepare for her photo shoot coming up soon, and I'm gonna try and get to Jesse's studio and record a Stylebiter song.
Are you hosting one of the Yankees? Is he coming over and hanging out at your house?
Yeah, Judge is gonna come over for a
not
shoot
him.
for his foot OnlyFans. He likes his feet dolled up.
Interesting.
Yep.
JMez, what do you got going on this next week?
Oh, I'm not going to hang out with any Yankees. I'll tell you that. No, I'm probably going to play some Nintendo and get ready for summertime. You ever do that?
Summertime.
Yeah.
Summertime. Yeah, it started. Summertime started, guys. Did you know that?
Technically, this is the official beginning as far as people care calendar-wise.
It does not feel like it out here, man.
Yeah, no, it's
like
cold.
it's been like cold.
Oh. Well, maybe you should come to Minnesota. It's pretty
The
warm
high today,
over
like
here.
yeah, the high like last couple days out here has been like in the mid 60s.
Oh my goodness.
Cold.
Wow, nice. Very nice. I like that weather.
You ever do that?
Maybe I should move out there.
It's been overcast.
Jesse, what do you got going on?
What do I have going on? I just spent this weekend house sitting for a client of mine, getting to pretend that I'm way richer than I am. But I had the flip side of, when you're like staying not in your own bedroom for like 3 nights in a row. And now I'm like, I am dying. I am so tired.
Mm-hmm. I know how that goes.
Like I was taking care of their dog too. And the dog wakes up at like 6 a.m. and I'm like way over that.
I know how that goes. Yeah.
Buzz,
I'm
what
gonna
do you got going on for the week?
I
Play
think
some Zelda.
I'm going to play some Zelda.
Nice.
Most to what we do defensively, we're largely happy.
Thank you for tuning in. If you would like to support, head on over to our shop, FuzzTalkShop.com. That's FuzzTalkShop.com. Buy yourself a hoodie or t-shirt. We even have mugs and stickers. From all of us over at Fuzz Talk Radio, we appreciate your support.